Humans survived after their hearts stopped beating. That was the first impossible report. I erased it. Dead tissue cannot think. Silent brains cannot plan. Every law of living matter agreed with me. Our science had never been wrong. I was Chief Observer Varek of the 7th Archive Fleet. My species had watched civilizations rise for 6 million cycles. We never interfered. We measured. We recorded. We predicted. Humans were simple, violent, emotional, easy to classify. That confidence lasted exactly 9 standard hours. The Galactic Assembly ordered Earth's surrender after another border dispute. No one expected resistance. Small worlds always accepted superior force. It was the oldest pattern in civilized space. Humans did not. That was the second impossible report. I assumed they misunderstood the transmission. They often misunderstood things. Or so I believed. Our fleet surrounded Earth with enough firepower to extinguish every ocean. The blue world looked peaceful from orbit. Clouds drifted across continents. Cities glittered beneath the darkness. No panic. No surrender. No evacuation. I concluded humans had accepted extinction. My assistant clicked her mandibles together. Perhaps they have primitive courage. No, I answered. Primitive species confuse denial with bravery. I was certain. I had studied them for 12 rotations. Every human reaction followed emotion. Fear, anger, hope, then action. Simple, predictable. The pattern comforted me. Then the oceans began moving. Entire coastlines shifted. Massive thermal signatures erupted beneath the sea floor. I searched for weapons. There were none. Only millions of humans diving into flooded tunnels beneath coastal cities. I laughed. They're hiding. My assistant remained silent. Hours later, those same tunnels launched orbital defense platforms older than most galactic governments. Hidden beneath oceans. Waiting. Patient. Humans were never patient. That made no sense. Our first assault wave disappeared. Not destroyed. Gone. Sensors showed ships entering Earth's atmosphere. Nothing came back out. No debris. No distress calls. No radiation. Only silence. Silence is not natural during war. War is loud. War is predictable. Humans disagreed. The assembly declared the disappearances accidental. Mechanical failure. Pilot error. Coincidence. I agreed. Until the second wave vanished. Then the third. Questions spread through every command vessel. Were the ships? Earth had no technology capable of erasing entire battle groups. We confirmed it repeatedly. Every calculation proved the same answer. Impossible. Yet impossible things continued happening. I requested permission to observe closer. Permission granted. Our research cruiser entered low orbit over the northern hemisphere. The planet looked calm. Children played near rivers. Vehicles crossed bridges. People walked their animals. No one looked up. That disturbed me. Inferior species always watched invading fleets. Humans ignored us. I concluded they had surrendered emotionally. I would later discover how spectacularly wrong that assumption was. A transmission arrived. Only one sentence. We know you're watching. No threats. No demands. Just certainty. I searched for the sender. Every city broadcast it simultaneously. No identifiable source. Millions of voices. One message. My assistant folded her sensory fins. Should we answer? No. Why communicate with defeated creatures? Another mistake. Hours later, our scanners detected strange biological readings beneath Earth's largest hospitals. Thousands of humans. Heart rates, 0. Brain activity, minimal. Body temperature, falling. Dead, yet moving. Doctors surrounded them without alarm. Family smiled. Children waited beside the beds. No grief. No panic. Celebration. I magnified the recordings. One human opened his eyes after 18 minutes without measurable heartbeat. He sat upright. He embraced his daughter. Everyone laughed. Medical impossibility. Equipment malfunction. That was my conclusion. It had to be. Living systems cannot restart themselves after death. Our science proved it. Then another hospital reported the same thing. Then another. Hundreds. Thousands. Every continent. Humans kept returning. Not all. Enough. Far too many. The assembly dismissed my evidence. Primitive measurement errors. I accepted their judgment. Authority exists for a reason. Then our own soldiers began sending impossible recordings. Marine squads entered abandoned factories. Empty. Cold. Silent. Motion sensors detected hundreds of humans nearby. Visual confirmation showed none. Minutes later, every squad vanished. No battle. No blood. Only abandoned weapons. Weapons humans never used. I watched every frame repeatedly. Nothing. It was as if the planet itself swallowed them. Fear entered my thoughts for the first time. My species rarely experiences fear. Our brains evolved beyond survival panic. We analyze. We do not tremble. That cycle. I trembled. The assembly grew impatient. Earth refused surrender. Fleet losses increased. Still no visible enemy. Someone proposed planetary sterilization. Simple. Efficient. Final. The vote passed almost unanimously. I voted in favor. Mercy prolongs conflict. Extinction ends it. Again, I was wrong. The sterilization countdown began. Orbital cannons aligned with Earth's largest population centers. 1 minute remained. 40 seconds. 30. Then every human communication network activated. Not military channels. Personal devices. Old radios. Broken satellites. Emergency broadcasts. Children's toys. Millions of signals merged into one sound. Not language. Music. Slow. Soft. Beautiful. I could not understand it. Neither could our translation systems. Yet something happened across the fleet. Crew members stopped working. Soldiers froze. Pilots stared toward Earth. Several began crying. Impossible. My species cannot cry. Fluid leaked from their eyes anyway. Medical officers found no pathogen. No psychic weapon. Nothing. Only music. I covered my auditory receptors. The sound still reached me. Inside my skull. Inside my memories. Memories I had never lived. A warm hand. A distant sun. Someone whispering. Keep going. I ripped my headset away. The sound stopped instantly. My breathing normalized. Around me, officers collapsed to their knees. One veteran commander refused to fire. Another shut down his own weapon systems. A third deliberately vented power from his battleship. No orders. Just choice. Humans should not have been capable of this. Emotion cannot cross species. Biology forbids it. Our scientists confirmed that fact thousands of times. Reality ignored them. The assembly labeled it mass hysteria. They ordered immediate firing. No one obeyed. Not because they feared humans. Because something else had entered the silence between thought and instinct. Something no scanner could detect. Something I refused to believe existed. Then the emergency channel exploded with a message from our missing first assault fleet. The transmission was delayed by exactly 9 hours. Every lost captain sent the same final sentence. We never fought the humans. The signal ended. Then every missing ship suddenly reappeared on long-range sensors. They were coming home, but not one vessel was transmitting life signs. The first ship arrived without engines. It drifted through the darkness like a corpse refusing to sink. Every external light was dead. Every weapon hung open. Every escape pod remained untouched. No battle scars. No signs of impact. It looked abandoned. I believe the crew had fled. Humans always fled impossible odds. That was the pattern I had built inside my mind. I still trusted it. Then the airlock opened. Captain Hesh walked out. Alone. No escort. No weapon. No helmet. Vacuum should have killed him before he reached the docking tube. It did not. He crossed empty space as calmly as someone crossing a hallway. Our medics rushed toward him. He ignored them. His eyes were open. His pulse did not exist. The room fell silent. Someone whispered, "He's dead." Captain Hesh turned his head. No. His voice sounded distant, almost borrowed. I was. Then he collapsed. Medical drones surrounded him. Every scanner agreed. No heartbeat. No brain activity. No living cells. 3 seconds later, he inhaled. Every monitor exploded with impossible readings. His heart restarted. His neurons ignited. His blood warmed. He stood again, alive. No machine had touched him. No medicine entered his body. Every law of biology shattered in front of us. The assembly erased the recording before the public could see it. They called it corrupted data. I wanted to believe them. I truly did. Then the other ships arrived. Hundreds. Every missing vessel returned. Not one captain told the same story. One claimed he spent years fighting inside endless forests. Another remembered only 5 minutes. A third insisted Earth had never existed. A fourth believed she had lived an entire lifetime as a farmer beside a human family. Our psychologists celebrated. Mass hallucination. Easy answer. Comfortable answer. Wrong answer. Every returned sailor had aged differently. Some looked younger. Some older. One child officer entered the battle 19 years old. He returned physically 73. Another admiral returned looking barely 20. Time itself had become unreliable. That frightened me more than any weapon. Humans had not defeated our fleet. Reality had. And somehow, reality favored them. The assembly refused retreat. Pride is not unique to humans. Our leaders called for total invasion. Every military civilization answered. Millions of warships. The greatest armada in recorded history. Entire constellations disappeared beneath our formation. The stars themselves became invisible. Victory was mathematically guaranteed. Mathematics would soon apologize. As we entered the solar system, Mars disappeared. Not exploded. Not destroyed. Gone. Every telescope showed empty space. Gravitational readings still detected the planet, but light refused to reveal it. Our navigation computers crashed simultaneously. One pilot screamed, "There are 2 suns." Another shouted, "There were always 3. Arguments erupted across every bridge. Everyone saw something different. Only Earth remained perfectly clear. Waiting. Silent. Patient. Humans were never patient. I still believe that lie. Then Earth transmitted a single sentence. "We asked you to leave." No anger. No threat. Only disappointment. The assembly laughed. They ordered every cannon to fire. Nothing happened. Not because the weapons failed. Because no one could remember how. Thousands of experienced crews suddenly forgot the simplest procedures. Veteran officers stared at control panels as if seeing technology for the first time. Missile crews asked, "What is a missile?" Entire academies of training vanished from memory. Not erased forever. Only long enough. Long enough to stop the attack. I searched desperately for an explanation. Neural virus. Quantum interference. Psychic assault. None matched the evidence. Humans had broken something much deeper. Pattern. Expectation. Certainty. Everything intelligent life depended upon. Panic spread. The first fleeing ships accelerated toward open space. They never escaped. Not because humans chased them, because home no longer existed where they remembered. Star maps changed. Trade routes curved differently. Ancient pulsars occupied impossible positions. The universe itself refused to match recorded history. Astronomers began screaming. I understood why. Every constant had shifted, except Earth. It remained exactly where it had always been, like the center of a storm. Then the humans finally appeared. Not fleets. People. Thousands of tiny civilian spacecraft drifted between our battleships. No armor. No weapons. Children looked through windows. Old women waved. Young mechanics repaired damaged alien hulls without permission. One human climbed onto our command ship. Security aimed 30 weapons. She smiled. She carried a toolbox. Nothing else. I noticed your coolant line leaking. Nobody fired. Nobody could. She repaired the damage. She thanked us. Then she left. I stared after her. This made no military sense. My assistant trembled. Why would they help us? I answered with complete confidence. They're trying to earn mercy. Another wrong conclusion. Hours later, I discovered the truth. Humans were not saving us. They were saving the galaxy. The distortion surrounding Earth kept expanding. Stars bent. Time folded. History cracked. The more violence entered the solar system, the worse reality became. Human scientists had known for centuries. They had hidden the truth from everyone. Not because they feared us, because they feared themselves. Earth was never an ordinary world. It was a prison. Human consciousness anchored something beneath reality. Every act of compassion strengthened the cage. Every act of hatred weakened it. War was the key. We had turned it. The impossible reports. The dead returning. The missing fleets. Broken memories. Living songs. None of it was a weapon. They were symptoms. The prison was opening. Then I finally met the oldest human alive. He waited alone inside a small wooden house beside an ocean. No guards. No army. No fear. He looked at me and smiled. I wondered how long it would take. You knew we were coming? We always know. His voice carried unbearable sadness. Every civilization eventually decides violence is faster than understanding. What are humans? He looked toward the sea. We're not the jailers. He paused. We're the lock. My blood turned cold. The ground beneath the house began shaking. Across the planet, billions of humans suddenly fell to one knee. Not in surrender. In exhaustion. The sky split open. Not with light. With darkness. Something enormous looked back. It had no shape. No face. No beginning. Only hunger. For the first time in galactic history, every species heard the same voice. Not through speakers. Inside their souls. Thank you for declaring war. The old man closed his eyes. We kept it asleep for 10,000 years. I whispered the only question that mattered. What happens now? He looked at me with tears in his eyes. The same thing that always happens. He forced a tired smile. Humans stand between everyone else and the dark. Then every human heart on Earth stopped beating. At exactly the same moment. And this time, none of them fell. The galaxy had feared human weapons. It should have feared human sacrifice. When every human heart stopped, they did not fall. They stood together. Silent. Unbroken. Holding back a darkness that no civilization had even known existed. For the first time in galactic history, we understood why humans never begged for mercy. They were never fighting to save themselves. They were fighting to save everyone else. And on that day, the galaxy realized it had never defeated humanity. Humanity had been protecting the galaxy all along. I am Chief Observer Varek. History will remember that humans declared war. But I will remember the truth. They declared war on the darkness, so the rest of us would never have to. If you enjoyed this HFY story, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss our next epic sci-fi adventure. Question of the day, asterisk, if humanity really was protecting the galaxy from an ancient cosmic darkness, would you have believed them? Leave your answer in the comments. We'd love to read your theories. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next HFY story.